Welcome, students, to the Davis First Generation Experience. I am so thrilled to be working with you. I want to congratulate you on getting accepted into the program. We had over 50 applicants and we chose just 16 for this exclusive program. And so welcome to this experience and welcome to LCCC. We're so excited to have you. Now, the Davis First Generation Experience, again, is 16 students, and this was started by Dr. Budd and Claire Davis, and they're the ones who are funding this 2-year pilot program. So you will be the first cohort to actually participate in this program. And again, we're so excited to have you on campus. And this program really came about because Dr. Budd Davis was a first-generation student and really wanted to make a difference on LCCC's campus and help students get to where they need to be and really invest a lot of resources in them. So welcome to the experience. I will be working with you a ton. So let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Danielle Ryan. I've been doing a lot of the correspondence with you already. I am one of the co-leads on this experience. And so when you have any questions, you'll come to me. I'll be doing tons of your sessions, and I am just really excited to work with you. So with that, I don't want this video to be too long because I know that you have a lot that you'll be doing. So let's rock and roll to the next slide. I want to welcome you to this experience. And what we're going to be focusing on is the Strategies for Success course, okay? We're going to knock this out in a week's time frame. In this course, everyone at LCCC has to take. And really, across the country, everyone who goes to college has to take that kind of intro course to college. But this course is wonderful in that it helps you build specific strategies for how to be successful, not only in college, but also in life. And so we will really be diving into this material. We'll be diving into your book, Who Owns the Ice House, which is just an amazing book. And so we'll really be diving into a lot of these strategies to help you be the most successful you can be. So let's go ahead and talk about chapter 1. Now with my video, you'll also be getting the video from Clifton Talbert, who is the author of your textbook, along with Gary. Okay, and we did a lot of training with Gary on this specific book. And this book, as you know, is called Who Owns the Ice House? And you will receive this book as being one of the 16 participants in our program. And we're going to have you read this book before you arrive on campus on August 13th. But again, this book is not like a textbook. As you'll see, the words are big. The pages are not long. It's a paperback book. And when I teach this class during the regular semester, I talk to my students about it being, bedtime stories with Uncle Cleve and Clifton, because that's what it really is. It's those life lessons, something again that you're gonna take notes on, but this is gonna be stuff that you think about for a long time. A book that you can go back to year after year to remind yourself of those key lessons. So let me set the stage for you. Clifton Talbert and Uncle Cleve, as you'll get to know in the textbook, they live in Glen Allen, Mississippi, okay? And this is during the 1950s. Clifton Talbert is the nephew of Uncle Cleve, and Clifton also grew up in the home of his Aunt Ma Punk, which you'll get to know in the text. Now, he did not have the easiest of lives, as you're going to see. And so Uncle Cleve really helps Clifton set the stage for how he could be successful and maybe be more than a person who picks cotton, as Uncle Cleve says in the textbook, and a person that really lives up to their full potential, okay? So that's what this book is about in the first chapter in particular, which is all about choice, right? And so I want to focus really quickly on page 40. I love this page because this is one of my favorite quotes. It says, "He was among the few who dared to count his own dream as being worthy of being pursued." So this is something that I'll want you to reflect on as we go through this experience together, okay? What is your dream? Why is it worthy that you're here, that you're going to college? What do you want to pursue? And so we're really going to dive into that, okay? And we're going to dive into trying to structure our lives so that it's a lot like Uncle Cleve. And as you read in chapter 1, Uncle Cleve is respected in the community. He reads books. He dives into materials to always increase his lifelong learning. And that's what we're really going to be focused on as we work together during this experience and really at your entire collegiate experience here at LCCC. Another thing about Uncle Cleve is that he really stays out of trouble, right? And I love this other quotes. These are on page 42. These say his communication was all about being successful. So again, when you're talking about things, when you're hanging out with friends, when you're talking with those that are important in your life, what are you talking about? Are you talking about how to be successful, how to reach that next level? Okay, these are questions we're going to dive into. Also, I love on page 42 when Clifton says, I learned to expect more of myself. Again, that's about the choice in life, right? And so Clifton, by working for his Uncle Cleve in the ice house, he learned how to expect more from himself, how to always be on time, right? How to give every single thing his all, how to treat others with respect. These are things that you need in life to move forward and to get to where you want to be, okay? And then another quote that just really gets at my heart is that Uncle Cleve refused to let his environment dictate his response to his life. Okay? This is going to be so important. You are a first generation student. I am a first generation student. I have had a lot of things happen in my life to where I've had to work through a ton to get to where I am today. Growing up in a low income family, having significant health things happen to me, having to move halfway across the country to get my doctorate. A lot of things are going to be things that you're going to go through that are extremely difficult. College is going to be difficult. This experience is going to be intense. How do you work through that effectively and always make that choice? Again, that choice to fulfill your dreams and to think of yourself and have yourself become a successful person. So that's what this is all about, okay? And what it all boils down to, my friends, is that this is about your mindset. We're going to talk a lot about growth mindset and the mindset that you have in this course and in college in general, and how that's going to impact you for the rest of your life, okay? So let's move on just a little bit more, and then we'll go to the rest of my discussion. But at the end of this text, this chapter, there's a very important concept of reacting versus responding. Okay, and this is really important because sometimes in life, especially maybe when we're young, right, we just instantly react to something with our emotions instead of taking a step back and responding to something, which means that you have a cooler head, you're thinking more logically, you're thinking through steps, and you're responding to something. Now, this mindset and this reaction versus responding is something that you're going to want to hone as you become a young professional, as you go out into the workforce, right? As you search for that career that you really want. If you're able to hone this ability, you're going to be able to go so far in life, okay? And I love this next quote, and then I'll leave you with a couple more slides. But we need to have our own internal belief about who we are and what we are truly capable of. So we're going to dive into that. Who are you? What are you truly capable of? What do you think may be holding you back for success? Is it your own mind? Is it your own worries about failure or rejection? What are those things, and how can we switch our mindset? Have a mindset of opportunity to really propel us forward, okay? So with that, you're going to watch that video on your own, and then I'm going to go to the next slide here. So I want you to take out a sheet of paper, and I want you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10 the extent to which I feel able to shape my future. Is it 1, I have no control, no choice, or 10, I am in full control and I have a choice? So go ahead and write that down for me. 1 to 10, what do you feel you're able to shape your own future? Okay, and we're going to talk about this when we dive into the course together. Then in the course, we're going to do breakout groups. I'm going to have you share your number with your fellow Davis scholars, which is what you'll be called throughout this entire experience, okay? I want you to talk about things that you are specifically in control of, things that you can build on, that you can control on. What are your strengths, okay? And then we're also going to dive into in this class, what can't you control? Okay, maybe you can't control family. You cannot control the behavior of others. We're going to dive into really important concepts, okay? But what we're going to leave at the end of the day is a list of things that you can control, a list of things that you can't. And what this is going to boil down to is you can attend your college courses every day. You can turn in assignments, right? Those are just kind of the little things that you're going to be doing every day. But this builds to bigger parts of your life as to what you can respond to instead of just reacting and saying you can't. Okay? And so I want to leave you with a little bit of a discussion for our questions. Again, during this program, this experience, you saw that you'll be having book discussions over some lunches throughout the week. And so you'll have a pathway coordinator who will be leading those discussions with you and having lunch with you. And so think about these questions for me. First, what did you think of chapter 1? What lessons did you take away from it? How did Cleve and Clifton handle disappointment? Huge part of our lives, right? Huge part of how we deal with that really is going to frame the rest of your life. Next question, what are your thoughts on Uncle Cleve's work ethic? Next, what is your belief about yourself? Is it a barrier to your success? Okay, and then this is a really important one, and we're gonna kick off a discussion on this. Discuss a situation you have witnessed or been a part of, and really, if you could use an example from your own life, that would be best. That demonstrates choices you have made that have held you or someone you know back. Okay, how can we switch that? If we were to think about that situation that you went through or someone that you know went through, how could we have responded to that? How could we have made choice on that to actually fix this, right, and respond to it instead of maybe just react to it? Because again, as Uncle Cleve and Clifton say, and as your chapter 1 in your book says, you have the choice. You have the choice to have a mindset to where you embrace opportunity. You embrace doing things in a way that are going to make you be successful instead of holding you back. So with that, I don't want these videos to be too long. You'll get a lot of videos on all the rest of the chapters. You'll have 2 more from me, and the other ones will be from your pathway coordinators in the different areas on campus. But know that we are all thrilled to have you as a part of this experience. We can't wait to have you on campus, and congratulations again at being a Davis Scholar. So with that, I will see you in one of the next videos.